So you're a successful entrepreneur, you want to do project financing, and somebody convinced you to use stamp letters of credit as a vehicle to get the project financing you require. You've arranged a letter of credit, a stamp letter of credit to be issued from somewhere. You're looking for a monetizing bank to receive it and give you cash against it. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why an MT-799, which by the way no longer exists, is something that issuers demand. If this is what you're doing for project financing to use stamp letters of credit, this is a video you've got to watch.
All of the information presented is for entertainment and information purposes only. Nothing discussed constitutes legal or accounting advice, an offer or solicitation of financial services, or financial advice of any kind. Our goal is to showcase alternative vehicles to raise capital. At no point will we be soliciting any investment programs.
Hi friends, my name is Taimur Zaman from All Funds Global. My organization helps accredited investors leverage their assets, their cash, and so on to access capital that the banks are primarily offering their Fortune 10 customers. We can do this because of the volume transactions we do with banks, because of our relationship with banks, and because of our experience and expertise in this area. The capital our clients are getting allows them to do project financing, buy auxiliary businesses, and grow their businesses. Nothing that I offer in this video should be considered legal or financial advice. The purpose of this video and every other one of my videos is strictly for entertainment and educational purposes only. So friends, my friend came to me, and he's been a client of our firm for a long time. He said, Taimur, I know All Funds Global strategically made the decision not to monetize stamp letters of credit or banking instruments again. I understand that fully, but you have a lot of domain expertise in this area. I have an issuer who wants to issue a stamp letter of credit. He has a very specific process, and part of the process is to send out something called MT-799 first. Why is that important? Why am I having such a hard time getting a receiving bank to receive and monetize it? A little bit about banks and SWIFT systems. Banks need a vehicle to talk to each other, communicate with each other. SWIFT was designed a long time ago as a vehicle for banks to do this. I'm going to tell you, full disclosure, of SWIFT is not the only system where banks can talk to each other, communicate with each other, send letters of credit or cash to each other they can use. You're clear that there's a lot of other vehicles for financial institutions to communicate and work with each other. SWIFT happens to be one of the more popular vehicles for doing that. In the SWIFT system, there's multiple different codes. Hey, show me you have funds. Hey, send me the funds. Hey this, hey that, hey this, hey that. And these things are all in a series of MT, whatever it is, codes. And you can just simply do a Google search on all the MT, whatever codes out there, and you do get hundreds and thousands of different codes for different vehicles on how banks communicate with each other. Imagine I have $2 billion in my bank account, and I'm a businessman here to make money on my money. So what I'll do is I'll say, hey, Mr. Client, if you want project financing, what I'm willing to do out of the $2 billion that I have in my account is to block a small amount, like maybe 100 million, maybe 500 million, 50 million, block a certain amount for your benefit. I'll block it for your benefit. And I'll send it to whoever you want me to send it to. Whoever I'm sending it to, whether it's a monetizing bank, receiving bank, whatever you want to call it, confirming bank, has to be one who receives the instrument and then leverages that instrument to give you cash out. If I was a so-called investor in Hong Kong, as an example, and you're an entrepreneur in the United States, I want you to know I cannot go to my bank and send you $500 million. My bank in Hong Kong is not going to send you $500 million. It just doesn't happen. The way I do that, if I was in Hong Kong and the United States as an example, is that I have to use the SWIFT system to wire you the $500 million if that's what I was going to do. In the category called issuers of stamp letters of credit, the most popular category in that category or subcategory is people who will block 100 million, 50 million, 500 million, some amount of million in benefit of an entrepreneur, but they're not giving you the cash. They're leasing the stamp letter of credit for you. So I have $2 billion in my account. I'm not going to give you one penny. I am not going to give you one penny. I'm blocking 50 million out of the 2 billion that I have in your favor. I'm leasing you the letter of credit. I'm renting you the letter of credit. The line of credit that I blocked in my name in your favor, I'm renting it to you. That's called leasing the instrument to you. I'm not giving you the money. I'm actually giving you the letter of credit for you to leverage. What the entrepreneur always needs to do is go to a monetizing bank, confirming bank to say, hey, I'm going to get a letter of credit from Timur's bank, is HSBC, is Barclays, Deutsche Bank, whatever the bank is. Can you receive it and can you cash me out of it? That's pretty much how it works. So the receiving bank will say, yes, once we get the instrument, let's say $50 million letter of credit, we're going to go to a central bank, we'll get a 10 times, 20 times, 30 times multiplier on it. So we know the benefit to us, the bank, the receiving bank, and you, Mr. Entrepreneur, on a $100 million line of standby credit, we'll give you a $400 million loan. I'm just using that as an example. I'll take a $100 million standby credit, I'm going to give you a $400 million. Fine, great. The issuer, in this case me, oftentimes will ask for, are you ready for this? Something that joker brokers call it MT-799. Joker brokers call it MT-799. Now, if you Google Swift MT-799, it's a legitimate code and it works. Swift, many years ago, deleted, replaced 799 with 759, MT-759. Regardless of what the code is, here's some things I want to tell you. The reason issuers demand to send what joker brokers call a MT-799, so remember, joker brokers not invented. They use a fraud expired term called MT-799. The reason I, as an issuer, insist on that is because if I was going to send $50 million, $100 million, whatever amount it is, I'm sending it to a complete stranger. Why in my dumbass head would I ever risk that? Why in my dumbass head would I ever risk? For you, as an entrepreneur, I don't care who you are. I honestly don't care who you are. I don't care what you want to say, what you don't want to do. Why would I risk that? As an issuer, when I issue what joker brokers call an MT-799, the true term is MT-759, what I want is the receiving bank to respond to it. When the receiving bank responds to the MT-799, what they're doing is they're saying, Timur, we have the $50 million, we have the $100 million, we have the $500 million. So I now know the receiving bank has the money before I actually send them the instrument. Oftentimes, legitimate issuers will say, hey, look, I'm not really going to send $50 million, $100 million, $500 million to some stranger on the other side of the world. I'm going to send us MT-759, what joker brokers call an MT-799. The purpose of that is to, as an issuer, I want to make sure the receiving bank has the money. Second thing, I want to make sure I'm getting paid. Third thing is a risk mitigation plan. It's a risk mitigation for me, the issuer. When I can get a response to what joker brokers call a 799, what I have is now I have a legal document so that if the monetizing bank doesn't pay me, I can go sue the monetizing bank, I can sue the monetizer, and I can do recovery of my costs. That is why sending what joker brokers call an MT-799 is so important, because I, as the issuer, it gives me a guarantee that I'm going to get paid. It manages my risk and allows me to successfully execute a deal correctly. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, you're interested in more information around this area, please check out my books on standby letters of credit, my books on structured financing on Amazon. Feel free to always subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always, I highly recommend check out some of our offshore banking events where you meet former and current bank CEOs, law firms that are doing these types of structured financing, and you'll really benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to working with you.
Would you like to know about our next event?
Why would you attend Allfunds Global's banking events?
Allfunds Global really showed us real-life examples, which are not only innovative and very disruptive, but use cases in the real world. Actually, deals are being made here, which is absolutely amazing, and it just really shows that the guys are absolutely professional.
You'd have a unique opportunity to meet real banking executives and professional law firms that are doing various forms of structured finance. You'll also get access to ideas and programs banks only offer their elite customers.
I thought the event was extraordinary. I came from a long ways away, and I was absolutely shocked at the quality of what I learned here and the excellent speakers and the people that were here. I was shocked and amazed.
4 different banks, and everybody had, something to offer, and everybody offered something different. So it was just done very well. I'd recommend anybody come to one of Taimur's events. I would gladly come to the next event.
Check out our events page at www.altfundsglobal.com/membership-events.
Hi friends, I now want to take a minute and answer some of your frequently asked questions. One of the common questions I get a lot is, Taimur, we've learned a lot from you through your YouTube channel. How do we learn more? Can we fly down and meet your team? And the answer to all of that is yes, yes, and yes. If you want to learn more, my first invitation is to become a member of Allfunds Global. You simply go to our website, allfundsglobal.com. You sign up to become a member for free. You get access to webinars, offshore events that we do, and content that we never, ever, ever, ever publish on YouTube. I promise you that it's worth becoming a member for sure. The second way that you can learn a lot is I'm a published author. Structured Financing, Demystified, Hypergrowth, just multiple books on Amazon that you can get access to. I highly recommend going and checking out some of these books, getting engaged into some of the stuff, that strategies and tactics that we're using for ourselves, for our families, for our friends. You definitely want to check these things out for sure. Another question, I guess, Taimur, why are you so passionate about getting a bank license? Why is that so important? Well, the truth is, our mission within Allfunds Global is to help businesses become self-funded for life. Imagine you run a coffee shop and I run a coffee shop. Imagine we buy the coffee beans from the same grower and my coffee shop is right across yours, like really right across yours. Our competition is probably nil. But if you have a bank license and I don't have a bank license, and let's say I made $500,000 and you made $500,000 in income, but if you have a bank license, you are depositing a bank license with the central bank of the country where you own your own private bank license. Let me repeat this again. You are depositing your money with the central bank of the country you have your bank license on. So $500,000 deposited with the central bank should give you a line of credit of 10 times multiple. So that means you get a line of credit of $5 million. Now it's not free money, it's a line of credit of $5 million. Now, if you draw that entire money out and you go to whichever country you're currently resonating in, the country you're doing business with, and in real estate, you want to buy a house, you put 20% down and you get a loan for 80%, same thing. You put $5 million down with a business plan to your local bank, whoever your bank with, and say, hey, I want to grow my business, my technology business, real estate business, pharmaceutical business, whatever business it is. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm putting $5 million down. Your bank gives you a loan at four times more, so now you get a $20 million loan. Now it's not free money, it's $20 million loan. What can you afford to do with $20 million that I cannot afford to do with $500,000? Could you invest in artificial intelligence? Could you invest in hiring better people? Could you invest in advertising? Hell, with that amount of money, could you even buy auxiliary businesses or invest in auxiliary businesses? I say you can, and that's why we within Allfunds Global are so passionate helping clients become self-funded for life, and getting a private bank license is one of the vehicles that I am personally very passionate about helping clients on. Another question, I guess, Taimur, you charge a consultation fee. Allfunds Global, the team charges a consultation fee. Why do you charge a consultation fee when you guys can make so much money on the back end? It somehow slows me down from taking a credit card and paying you money for it. Well, here's the truth. We offer our content, millions and millions of dollars worth of content complete for free on YouTube. We don't advertise as of the date of doing this video. We don't advertise on YouTube, Google, or we don't do any kind of advertising at all. And what we find is the volume of traffic that goes into YouTube attracts people that are tire kickers, people that are fraudsters, people that have mental health issues. When we charge a small consultation fee, this deters the hacker, the fraudster, the person who's shopping around, the tire kicker. It eliminates all that and allows me and my team to be on calls or meetings with customers we actually want to do business with. What a concept. Now this is better. At the time of doing a transaction with a client, that fee they pay for a consultation call, we refund it. At the conclusion of us doing a transaction with a client, we refund 100% of all the monies that they paid on consultation fees. This allows us to work with people that are committed to working with us, are serious about working with us, are not tire kickers, are not people that are like, they don't know what banking 101 is, and they're there to waste our time and energy. Just eliminates that. And me and my team are very proud of doing that. Next question I get is, Taimur, the alternative funding industry overall has a lot of fraudsters in it, has a lot of deep fake in it. What are you doing to protect us, protect yourself? So here's the answer to that. Any industry that has a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. Let me say this again. Any industry that attracts a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. I don't know who you bank with. If you bank with one of the top 20 banks in the world, pick a bank you bank with, or you use payment processing companies like PayPal, these companies see a lot of fraud every day, from fraudsters mimicking their website to mimicking their email addresses. And in cases like mine, once a year or twice a year, some idiot, excuse my language, decides to copy my picture on social media, tries to create a fake profile of me, and goes on social media selling scammy transactions. Now, we have the technology and the resources to catch that, usually within 72 hours of that happening, and then cause legal action against that fraudster. We have the financial resources, thank God, to do that today, but that's just the nature of this industry. So what we do to protect ourselves is we never solicit on social media anything, nor do we solicit in general. We offer a lot of educational materials, but we don't solicit. You'll never see me or any of my associates on any social media trying to sell anything, ever. Second, all transactions that we do, money always has to go through a reputable law firm. All transactions we do, money always has to go to a reputable law firm. You know, we never ask the client to send us money or anything like that. Now, I do want to take a minute and talk a little bit about my competitors. In the United States, in the US alone, US has 3% of the world's population, and they have over 60% of the world's lawyers. In the United States, that's a fact, have 3% of the world's population and over 60% of the world's lawyers. I have a lot of legitimate competitors in the United States and around the world that unfortunately have been sued for wrongful things that other people have done. There's a lot of negative stuff on social media or websites about some of my legitimate competitors. And I want to tell you that a lot of my competitors are legitimate, they're hardworking people. I know them, they deliver real results. And unfortunately, they have negative comments or fraud or even lawsuits against them. The reason within All Funds Global doesn't have a lawsuit against it, or me, Taimur Zaman, don't have a lawsuit against me, or people on social media saying that we're fraudsters or something like that, is simply because of my lack of vision. Every company you deal with, every major company you deal with, whether it's the cars you drive, Ford, Lexus, I don't know, GM, or Facebook, Google, YouTube, whatever you use, or medicine you have, like Tylenol, all of these companies have lawsuits against them. A lot of the companies you work with have litigations against them. It's just part of the growth. At some point, the business needs to grow exponentially, and that's when you have to see lawsuits as just the nature of the business growing. The fact that we don't have it is because of my lack of vision as the CEO and like trying to bark a tree like that. Now, I see that changing as we buy businesses that have other CEOs, as we grow. We have over 800 registered brokers with us. As that number grows, it's not normal for our business to continue growing without some idiot calling us fraudster, some idiot trying to sue us, or something like that. If you want to take advantage of the alternative funding industry, I'm going to tell you this is an industry I love. I'm going to tell you this is an industry that I've made a lot of money with. I'm going to tell you this is an industry I've helped a lot of clients make a lot of money with, friends and family make a lot of money with. And if this is an industry you want to get involved in, I recommend meeting the people you want to do business with, like physically flying out to meeting them. If you can afford to hire an investigator, we use a lot of former FBI, former CIA people. These are people you can hire to do background checks. It's not only do these people have lawsuits or not, or other losers calling them fraudsters or not. I'm telling you, a lot of my competitors are really good people, and they're not fraudsters. So do your own due diligence, listen to your intuition. We're really interested in working with some really good people that are vision-driven entrepreneurs that really want to serve the world And I think we have some things that are really amazing to offer. Another question I get is, Taimur, we love all the services of Funds Global. What are the top 3 services you offer that we should really seriously think about, call you or your organization and get you guys involved? Well, my favorite service, the one that makes a lot of sense, is the trusted advisory service. This is when we become your chief banking officer. We work with your CFO, your legal team, the CEO, the COO. We look at where your organization is, where you want it to be. We look at banking programs that make sense for your type of business, that are proven and would work to generate access to alternative revenue sources for your business that makes sense. From that, we then create offshore tax structures, offshore bank accounts, offshore bank licenses for your organization, so the revenue that gets generated has a channel to go to that is well protected. We have a lot of domain expertise that I do not share ever on YouTube. It's not like a lawyer who's like, go create a trust account and cooks out it. Like we don't do. We do some very sophisticated stuff that I'm very proud of. That's our intellectual property. And so the trusted advisory services, where we become a trusted advisor, is one of the things that I would recommend everybody to look at. It's a monthly retainer, you pay for it, but let me tell you, for every penny you put in to that, you get tens of dollars out of it. And I think you're not going to get this amount of expertise dedicated to your business. So that's something I would recommend you to think about and sign up for. Second one is, if you're looking for access to capital, we have a lot of unique programs like Rent a Rich Uncle that we can support your organization, as long as your organization is a successful business and not a startup, not somebody who's going bankrupt. It's a successful business that has real cash, real assets, and is generating something real, that's real growth. I think we have some avenues for accessing capital that others simply cannot offer. And the final one that I love is we have a lot of asset management structures that are very unique to our intellectual property that I love to share with you. If you have assets, you want to grow, you want to get bank license, you want to set up a trust, you want to work with multiple central banks, do some really cool stuff. I think I'm the only weirdest person that has real expertise and experience in doing this stuff. And so my name is Taimur, I'm from Funds Global. Thank you for following us up on YouTube. If you're doing that, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting my team. And on behalf of my team, I just really want to say thank you. And we look forward to the opportunity of serving you.